Hey there. Do you remember back, well, it was just the last video, when we talked about white note intervals? And we noticed this thing where this interval, E to F, was, do you remember that? It was one of the two minor seconds of all the seconds. And then when we were talking about the sevenths, F to E was one of the only major sevenths. So E to F is a minor second. F to E is a major seventh. This is called an inversion of an interval. One way you can think of it, this is E up to F, and this is E down to F. That's one way to think of it. Or the other way is E up to F, and then you just flip the letters around. F up to E. Either way, those are inversions. Same pitches, same letters, but in a different order. Okay. Here's another one. D to F was, well, it's a third. What kind of third was it? It was a minor third. So what is the inversion of this? Well, in essence, what we do is we take the bottom note and we make it the top note. So instead of D to F, we have F, put the D up top. F to D. Okay? Which gives us what kind of interval? Well, it's a sixth. And yes, it's a major sixth. Okay, do you see what's going on here? Let me give you one more. F to B. Hopefully you remember that one. Yeah, our augmented fourth, also known as a tritone. If we invert that, so we'll take the F and we'll make that the top note, so it becomes B to F. That becomes a diminished fifth, which is also the tritone. Do you see the pattern? Okay, this is very straightforward. To invert, or an inversion of an interval and its inversion, let's put it that way, the number, the interval number, will always add up to 2 plus 7, 2 plus 7, 9. Always add up to 9. So the inversion of a second will be a seventh. The inversion of a seventh will be a second. An inversion of a, well, what's an inversion of an 8? Well, 8 plus what equals 9? 1. An inversion of an octave would be a unison. So the numbers will add up to 9, and the qualities, major and minor, switch. Augmented and diminished, switch. Perfect stays perfect. I don't know what that is. Those are arrows pointing at the P. Okay? The numbers add up to 9. Major and minor switch. Augmented and diminished switch. Perfect stays perfect. So, a minor second, the inversion of a minor second is going to be a what? Major and minor switch, so it becomes major. And it adds up to 9, so to minor second, major seventh. What about a minor sixth? Minor becomes major. 6, 3 adds up to 9. Okay, pretty cool. What about an augmented seventh? If we invert an augmented seventh, what do we get? Augmented becomes diminished, adds up to 9, 7 plus 2. Diminished 2, diminished second. Surely, you say to yourself, that can't be true. Well, let's see. F to E is a major seventh. If we sharp the E, we now have an augmented seventh. Yes, E sharp is the same as... We basically have an octave here, but it is spelled as an augmented seventh. F up to E sharp is an augmented seventh. So now, swap the order. E sharp, and I'm going to put it over here, up to F. Look at that, that's a minor second, but we raise the bottom note to make it a diminished second. Hey, it works. It's true. So you say, what's the big deal? Well, remember those white key intervals, the seconds, the thirds, the fourths, fifths, sixths, and sevenths, and you were trying to remember which ones were what quality? Well, now, really, you only have to remember half of them. If you can only remember all of the seconds, you can figure out all of the sevenths because they are going to be the inversion of the second. So for example, if you know that C to D is a major second, well then you know that the seventh D up to C is going to be a minor seventh because it's the inversion of a major second. Okay? So go back and revisit those white note intervals and see what's the least amount you have to memorize in order to know all of it. Because I'm a big fan of work smart, smarter, not harder, but work as hard as you need to. But if I can get more done with less work, I think that's a good way to do it. Have a great day.
Thank you.